If you're subscribed to New York Giants now, you'd already know, and if you're not, go hit that big red button. We've been talking James Bradberry and Saquon Barkley trade rumors for the past week, and Ian Rappaport, he said today a James Bradberry trade is more likely than a Saquon Barkley trade, and he doesn't think a Barkley trade is going to happen. So you take the seat of Joe Shane. Pick one to trade. Type SB for Saquon Barkley. He would save $7.2 million, or type JB for James Bradberry. Trading him would save $12 million. Welcome into New York Giants Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green. We're getting into a Giants rumors mailbag. I asked you guys to submit your questions on a couple past videos and a community post, and I'm going to feature those on today's show. But remember, to get on the show, you got to be a subscriber, so go down right now and hit that big red button. The first one on this Giants rumors mailbag, rolling in from In Eli We Trust. What a picture, the double birds. Gotta love it. He said, did you see the Cowboys are cutting Amari Cooper? It hasn't happened yet. Adam Schefter talked about it's most likely going to happen. The Cowboys, they're going to save about $22 million if they do cut him. And then they said, I know we are tight on cap space. We are. The Giants are currently negative $6 million, but could we sign him? I want to get to this, though. If you hate the Dallas Cowboys, go and like this video. Seeing that news popped up on my Twitter and seeing Tom Downey, our Cowboys Report host here at Chat Sports, in absolute shambles that they're going to be losing their best receiver made my day. And anytime the Cowboys get worse, I get happy. So if you hate the Cowboys and you're glad that they're going to be losing Amari Cooper, go down and like this video. But back to the question, and Eli We Trust, I appreciate the question. I think it's really unlikely the Giants sign Amari Cooper, and it's for a couple of reasons. The Giants, they're tight on cap space, and I expect Amari Cooper, if he's cut, which he most likely will be, he's going to be trying to get the absolute bag this NFL free agency cycle. Right now, he is the fourth highest paid receiver in the National Football League. If he were to stay with the Dallas Cowboys on the current contract, he would earn $20 million for the 2022 NFL season. And I don't think if he gets cut, he's going to be taking a pay cut. And there's a lot of needy wide receiver teams with cap space to spend in free agency. So I could see him getting another big-time deal with an average annual value of about $20 million. He played in just 15 games last year, had 68 grabs for just over 860 yards, 8 tutties, 12.7 yards per catch. Amari Cooper is a real deal number one wide receiver. And when he hits free agency, when he gets cut, he's going to cash in. He's going to try to get another mega deal. He's still a young player. He's a star in this league. He was a reason why Dak Prescott ascended to one of the best quarterbacks in the National Football League. He's been a safety blanket and a safety valve for number 4 in Dallas. I would love to see him with the Giants. I just don't think the way our salary cap is set up that he's going to be wearing Giants blue come this fall. But one thing I do know, I'm going to be damn happy if we play the Dallas Cowboys next year and he's not a part of their roster. But let me know. Take the seat of Joe Shane. You're going to have to cut a lot more players. Maybe you're going to have to trade Saquon Barkley, trade James Bradberry, trade Blake Martinez, trade Sterling Shepard. To do all that, maybe then you could sign Amari Cooper. But let me know. Type S for sign. You want him on the Giants. Or if you're like, nah, we don't need him. We're not in the right space cap-wise, go down and type P for pass. And make sure you're subscribed to the channel here, because if breaking news happens like that, or anything, a James Bradberry trade, a Saquon Barkley trade, we're going to be going live on this channel. Yeah, live. I got word from the bosses. The next time the Giants make a big move, we're going to be going live on this channel. So you're going to want to be subscribed and have your notifications turned on. Things are going to get crazy next week with NFL free agency opening up. So you're going to want to be subscribed and make sure you have your notifications turned on. So go down right now and hit that big bell icon if you're sub, or if not, join the fam. We're trying to get to 7,000 subscribers. Go down right now and hit that big red button. The next question rolling in on this Giants mailbag is from Birdman34. I like the stogies in the profile picture, brother. They said, could the Giants look to trade Kenny Golladay this offseason to save cap space? I mean, if he plays like he did last year and doesn't score a touchdown, I don't want him on this roster. But I do believe with Brian Dable coming over and Mike Kafka, the blend of the Chiefs and Bills offense we're going to see, Kenny Golladay is going to bounce back. What would the cap implications be if the Giants traded Kenny Golladay after June 1st? I say after because they don't get any salary cap relief if they do trade him before. But as he has a dead cap hit of $3.4 million for this season if they trade him after June 1st, and they save $17.7 million. And it also rolls over into next year. He would have a dead cap hit of $10.2 million, and the Giants, they would save $11 million. He has a cap hit in general of $21.2 $17.4 million for the 2023 NFL season. So you would save a good amount of money if you traded him. And although you wouldn't be able to use the $17.7 million in NFL free agency, the Giants, it's going to take about $15 million for them to sign their draft picks. So maybe if they do want to move on from Kenny Golladay, it would be after June 1st, and they could use that $17.7 million to sign their rookies. When the Giants first signed Kenny Golladay, I was hyped. I thought we were going to get the 2019-2020 Golladay that we got, where he led the NFL in touchdowns with 11 TD grabs, almost 1,200 yards, 65 receptions. I thought he was going to be the Plaxico Burress to Daniel Jones like he was to Eli Manning. It didn't work out, but I'm not out on Kenny Golladay yet. He only had 37 grabs for 521 yards, no touchdowns the prior year. He only played in 5 games, and he was hurt. And he had some nagging injuries for the Giants this year, but I'm expecting a bounce-back year for Kenny Golladay in this Giants offense. But be the GM. You save money this year, $17.7 million, if you wait until after June 1st. If not, then you would also clear a lot of money for next year. But there's definitely some repercussions for it. Let me know. If you want to trade Kenny Golladay, type T for trade or go down and type P for pass. Giants Now is growing like crazy, and so is Chat Sports. We're doing things, and we are moving to platforms that you guys are on, and we're going to be having Giants Now content on more platforms than ever, and we're going to the Rumble app. It is a video platform that you get free and uncensored content. They got sports. We're one of the biggest sports brands on there. They're just getting in the sports game. They've got news, politics, text, and we're trying to grow to platforms that you guys are on. So give us a follow, rumble.com/NYGiantsTV. You can go type that into your Google browser. It'll be in the comments and the description of this video. If you love us and you just want to support us here at Giants Now, go give us a follow, rumble.com/NYGiantsTV. This next question coming in from Nick Marino, 22. Do you think the Giants could re-sign Evan Engram? A couple of days ago, I thought no way, no how, the Giants are not going to re-sign Evan Engram. He's going to want too much money. But then Giants Today on Twitter, a pretty notable account, they have some sources, and they've been right in the past. They said this: the Giants haven't closed the door on re-signing tight end Evan Engram. I don't think it's a good idea to close the door because we don't really know what the market for Evan Engram is going to be. He's been up and down through his NFL career, and he's had a real bad case of the drops with the New York Giants. He's been up, he's been down, probably more so down, but there is potential still there. I do still think he could be a solid player. This past year, 45 grabs, 5 drops, 3 TDs. Back in 2020, very bad. He lost a chance at the playoffs with the drop against the Eagles. He had 11 drops on the season, but I just feel like if he got to work with Brian Daboll, I know I keep saying that, I really think Brian Daboll is the type of coach that is going to get the absolute most out of the playmakers on this offense, and it could be Evan Engram. But I also think that it has to be a one-year prove-it type of deal. Dawson Knox for the Buffalo Bills last year was a great player that Brian Daboll got the absolute most out of. So I'd like to see what he could do with Evan Engram instead of having him run drag route after drag route after drag route like he did with Jason Garrett. It would be different in the Mike Kafka and the Brian Daboll offense. He's not going to be Travis Kelce. I don't know if he's as good as Dawson Knox or could be as effective, but I think he would add a different element to this offense. A seam-splitting tight end could really change the fortune for this Giants offense. But what do you think? Do you want the Giants to re-sign Evan Engram? I'm not going to give him the big bucks. I'd give him a one-year prove-it type of deal. If he balls out, then I'd give him a good contract. Make him earn his keep, but you be the judge. Type Y for yes, type N for no. Last question coming in. Do you think the Giants could draft Malik Willis at pick number 7? I don't think it's that likely, but I do think it's something that the Giants are talking about and Joe Schoen is talking about. There's rumors coming out from the NFL scouting combine that Schoen and Brian Daboll have already sat down with Malik Willis, and Malik Willis has impressed in every interview he took at the Senior Bowl and also at the NFL scouting combine. This isn't some guy that's just a boom or bust type of prospect. He could legitimately be the best player out of this NFL draft. He had a low completion percentage this past year at Liberty, 61%. That's kind of concerning. But if you just put on the tape and watch it, his splash plays leave you with the saying that this guy could really be an elite quarterback in the National Football League. And it's not just his arm. He is a great runner of the football. When he decides to tuck and run it, he is a running back in the open field. And I think Brian Daboll could put him in a situation to be extremely effective. I don't think he'd come in year one and be the starter. I don't even think the Giants would draft him at pick number 7. But say the board fell out where the Giants' top 6 prospects are gone, and maybe Malik Willis is number 7 on their big board, they may pick him. I think Joe Shane is a very forward thinker, and he knows that Daniel Jones still has a lot to prove, and who knows if he's going to have the pieces around him to be successful. So maybe he calls on Malik Willis when he hands in the draft card for pick number 7. But pick a QB for me. Who do you want to be the future of the New York Giants? If you want it to be Daniel Jones, go type DJ. Or if you want some new blood in there, the kid, the flashy star, Malik Willis, go down and type MW. Another way to stay up to date on Giants news, rumors throughout the NFL offseason, when it comes to the Combine, the NFL Draft, NFL free agency. If the Giants make a trade, the first way you're going to hear about it is on my Twitter, @MarshallGreen_, and then we're going to get in the lab. I'm going to get my producer, Jeremy, with me, and we're going to start cooking up videos. But give me a follow, @MarshallGreen_. I'd really appreciate it.